Food porn in anime has seen a surprising surge in popularity over the past few years, though it's not too hard to understand why it's so popular. People like good food, plain and simple. It's capitalizing on one of our most primal desires in an excessively artistic fashion. However, especially in the last year or so, I've noticed that I personally haven't had much fondness for most instances of this trope, in particular within the Iyashikei subgenre. I recently became conscious of this while watching today's menu for the Emiya family, where I felt that the cooking aspect, the part that's literally in the show's title, was infinitely less interesting to me than the interactions between the different Fate characters, though that could also be because most Fate character interactions go something like tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. It is good food porn, but it just didn't grab me in the way other instances of this trope do. It took a bit of pondering, but I think my reasoning for why I wasn't getting into this kind of food porn as opposed to more intense shows like Food Wars was because of my own experiences with food and cooking. For the past year and a half or so, I've been working in a food-to-go shop. Fried chicken, ribs, sandwiches, mostaccioli, I'm basically surrounded by food constantly whenever I'm at work. I prep it, pack it, and sometimes I even cook it. At first, I thought that being surrounded by food constantly simply made me tired of the food porn trope, with overexposure to actual food killing my desire for this kind of presentation. Then I rewatched a bit of Food Wars and quickly realized that wasn't it at all. What I do think is the issue is that this slow, meditative style of cooking simply isn't how I'm used to dealing with food. When you have a line of customers out the door, you gotta get people's orders ready as quickly and as accurately as possible. It creates a bit of a stressful environment, and so this is the kind of feeling that I associate with making food. You could argue that this is all the more reason why I should enjoy the slower Iyashikei style of cooking, because it gives me respite from the hectic insanity of my work life that is slowly consuming more and more of my free time due to my desire to make more money, and keeps me in constant fear that I'll be stuck working in this dead end town for the rest of my worthless and miserable existence! Hold on. Hold on a sec. But it just doesn't work for me. Even when I'm at home and making food for myself, I want to get to the eating part in the fastest way possible. Sure, I could make my food over a stove and add in some extra touches to make it that much more appetizing, but most of the time I got shit to do, so I just toss it in the microwave and slam it down so I can get back to doing other stuff. I do enjoy eating food, I just don't enjoy making it, especially when it takes a bit longer to make. I guess that's why I kinda lose my mind when I'm rendering videos too.
Go faster, you cunt!
Conversely, this might also be one of the reasons why I love Food Wars. Yes, cooking can be relaxing and mellow, but when you work in food service, you're either fast or you fail. And Food Wars fulfills my desire to see experienced chefs cook incredible food under intense pressure, instead of lazily throwing chicken into a box when there's people waiting for their meals. Get your shit together, Brandon! Obviously, that isn't the only thing about Food Wars that makes it a great show, but it is still a good example of why I personally gravitate towards shows with a more intense cooking theme, rather than the more slice of life style that's been popping up recently. Perhaps I'll learn to appreciate the slower stuff at some point, hopefully before I stab my coworkers to death and down a gallon of knockoff Pine Sol, but I wouldn't count on it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I've been curious about trying out a more comedic style for a while now, so let me know what you thought of this video and if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all my latest content. Special thanks to Jan Rogalski, Rourke Join, Kushina Minami, and all my other patrons for their generous support. My name is Ember, and I'll see you next time.